What's up YouTube? It's your boy Nasher. Welcome back to the channel. Now before we get started with today's video, the road to 200 subs has now come to a close and we are now 208 subs away from hitting 500 subs. And if you guys are new to the channel, and I know that a lot of you guys are, because practically 100% of you guys are watching the content, but you guys are not even subscribed. So if you guys are watching the content, excuse me, you like the content and you want more of the content, but you guys have not subscribed as of yet, then make sure you guys do indeed subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, smash that thumbs up button on this video, and as always, excuse me, as always, make sure you guys are following me on all of my social media. All of my ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. Of course, if you are interested in sending fan mail, you guys already know what's up. And also, be sure to post in the comments below answering the question of the day, which is this. What are you guys' thoughts on John Cena's heel run so far? Let me know down in the comments below. And for today's video, since we are on the topic of John Cena, apparently someone someone has been interested in wanting to return to WWE, but the question is, who is it? Well, it's none other than WWE Hall of Famer Brie Bella. Yes, you heard me right. Brie Bella actually wants to return to the squared circle with her twin sister Nikki, and this actually came about after after Nikki Bella made her in-ring return in the Women's Royal Rumble match just a little over a month ago in Indianapolis at the Royal Rumble. Speaking and Brie Bella actually spoke with Foothills Focus. Big shout outs to them. No copyrights as always. She actually discussed Nikki's return and whether or not the fans will expect to see Brie back in WWE, back in the ring. She said, quote, I'm grappling grapes while Nikki is grappling some girls this year. You never know. I might join her. I have a few tricks up my sleeve. For the first time, I'm so content in my life. I'm exactly where I wanted to be. Obviously, Nikki Bella made it clear in a backstage interview. She said that it wasn't that the Royal Rumble would not be the last time the fans will have seen her in the ring. And it's weird because because Nikki Bella actually stated on her podcast called the Nikki and Brie Show. She stated that she said that she knows that she'll be going back to WWE at some point, but she just doesn't know when. This is exactly what she said. She said, and I quote, well, I agree. It made, I mean, we were talking. I had so many ideas because I know at one point I will be going back to WWE to do something, right? I don't know when. I don't know the story, but it's going to happen. And watching that, it made me feel like what I did when I broke my neck. I had moments like, no, this isn't going to be career ending. I'm going to come back. And the thing is I came back differently, but she also had a massive knee injury. But seeing how she overcame, especially that last match that they showed in the movie, it just made me feel so many things of, her age, being a mom, the mental ability, and I was like, see, I can do this, and you could do it with anyone. It's mind over matter. Maybe you don't look like who the world champion is, or maybe you're not the age of this new person that everyone's looking at, but that doesn't mean what you can do and conquer and achieve is over, because when it's mind, when it's the mind and you can push it in that way, you can conquer anything. You can become a world champion at this age if you want. Whatever the age may be, you may have less muscles than this person, but you still can become a world champion at any age. You know what I mean? So so obviously both the Bellas basically stated that this wasn't going to be the last time that we will have seen her. But I will say, I will say though, I think looking at I I I will say, looking at the idea of the Bella twins coming back to in-ring competition full time in WWE, on paper it seems like a bad idea. And I know that there's going to be there's going to be some people out there who will probably comment saying, saying that they're big fans of the Bellas, or something like that, and that they should be world champions again. While I do agree that yes, they are trailblazers, the big issue that a lot of fans have is the fact that the Bellas practically took the spotlight from those who truly deserved it. Whether it was Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, Bayley, whether it was Naomi, Natalia. They literally, when they were competing in WWE full time, they literally took the spotlight from pretty much the entire women's division, and basically made it about themselves, which is the reason why they became arguably one of the greatest heel female tag teams in professional wrestling. And that says a lot, considering that there's a lot of female tag teams in the wrestling world that are full-fledged heels, which again, it says a lot. And interestingly enough, aside from the Royal Rumble just last month, the last time we saw Nikki Bella compete full time, compete in a match. Oh my God, what was it? The 2022 Women's Royal Rumble. And then I think prior to that, I think was what, Evolution, where she challenged for the Raw Women's title against Ronda Rousey, and that was it. That was the last time we saw Nikki Bella compete. Those were the last two. So the idea of the Bellas coming back again, on paper, it seems like a bad idea, because fans are afraid that they may just end up taking the spotlight off of those that truly deserve it. Whether especially women like Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Io Sky, the current women's world champion, Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez of the Judgment Day, the current tag team champions. Who else? Tiffany Stratton, the current WWE Women's Champion. Maybe even perhaps take the spotlight off of those from NXT. Women like Carmen Petrovich, women like Fatal Influence, women like Izzy Dame of the Culling, Adriana Rizzo of the D'Angelo family, Kalani Jordan, even also the current double champion, the women's North American champion, and the NXT Women's Champion, Stephanie Vaquer, which Big shout outs to her, by the way, last week on an impressive victory over Julia. Big props to both women. You can't not be proud of them for the performance that they put on last week, and also for making history. So that right there says a lot. Now imagine if the Bellas did show up, right? If they showed up full time, they competed on on NXT, and they each take the titles off of Stephanie Vaquer. It just means that Stephanie Vaquer got buried, and the fans. It gets to a point where the fans will just boo the living hell out of the Bellas again, and it's like, what's the point? It's like, and it's like, why would you? It's like, what's the point of getting the women's division over when the Bellas are just gonna bury them anyway? It's like, it's like, what's the point? It kind of reminds me. The Bellas kind of remind me of John Cena in a way, where anytime he would have a microphone in hand, all he would do is bury the talent. It didn't matter who it was, whether it was Randy Orton, whether it was Kevin Owens, AJ Styles, Roman Reigns. It didn't matter. He would always try to bury them because Cena wanted the spotlight to be on him. That's what the Bellas want to do. And in my opinion, I think it's a bad idea, because the women's division now, not just on Raw, not just on SmackDown, not just on NXT, but also on WWE Evolve, the women's division is thriving. It is thriving like it's never thrived before. I mean, think of the talent that we have on all four brands. We got Io Sky, Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley, Maxine Dupree, Natalia. We've got Jakara Jackson, Lash Legend, Kalani Jordan, Julia, Stephanie Vaquer, all the members of Fatal Influence, JC Jane, Fallon Henley, Jasmine Nix, Adriana Rizzo, Izzy Dame, Carly Bright, Kendall Gray, Zeta Steele, a new addition to the WWE Evolve roster. Shouts to her. Even also on SmackDown, Naomi, Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair, Charlotte Flair, Bayley, who's also on Raw as well, funny enough, Cora Jade, Roxanne Perez. I can name 20 others if I wanted to, and it still wouldn't matter, because the Bellas, all they want to do, in the eyes of everyone else in the world, excuse me, is to just bury them, is to bury the talent and make it all about the Bellas, which it makes no sense. It makes no sense, but at the same time, if they don't make it about themselves, and they're more so focused on the future of women's wrestling, then you know what? Then maybe it wouldn't be such a bad idea. Like I could possibly see the Bellas going after the women's tag team titles, and that would just be their last championships ever in WWE before they truly retire. Which for Nikki Bella, I can understand why she had to retire from the ring full time. It was because of her neck injury. As far as Brie goes, I don't know if she did suffer an injury, or if it was a concussion. I believe it was a concussion that she sustained a number of years ago. I don't remember. It's been quite some time, but I think it was a concussion that she suffered that forced her to retire. But overall, I mean, again, it comes down to the one constant of the Bellas coming back full time, and the difference, and the big key pro is again them going after the women's tag team titles and helping the titles be get elevated to heights not even not even Liv and Raquel could have dreamed of. But the biggest con again is them burying the talent, hogging the spotlight that like they used to back in the day, and it gets to a point where the fans are not gonna want to watch the women's division as much anymore, and it's just gonna end up a clusterfuck. At least in my opinion, that's what it could end up becoming. But we will have to wait and see. But with that being said, that will do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more WWE topic videos in the future, then make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and as always, make sure you guys are following me on all of my social media. All of my ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.